Hey friends, imagine a life filled with certainty, confidence, and abundant fulfillment. A life that exudes clarity about who you are as you enter your midlife and how you can serve others in a world while honoring yourself in an empowering way. But where to begin is a daunting task. Fear and uncertainty is just an excuse that stands in the way from where you are now to where you want to be. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Imagine what your future would look like, filled with regrets if you didn't change your direction now. The Life on Tap Blueprint is your answer. This course will help you map out your new path. Have you inadvertently put yourself last all these years, putting others first, only to wake up and find yourself lost in the shuffle? I have so been there. Girl, let me share with you the lessons I've learned to create a new path to rediscover yourself. Together, let's go on a journey of mastering your potential, tapping into the power that already exists inside of you. We'll tackle confidence, self-care, organization, health and well-being, money mindset, and how to kick your limiting beliefs to the curb for good. We're going to find and establish your vision, get crystal clear on it. I help women who are ready to envision change. For those that are entering their second half of life and they find they need to rediscover their identity and vision, I encourage them to level up, to embrace your unadulterated true self by managing your time productively, by putting yourself first again. I'm obsessed with helping women change direction and rise up in all areas. Let's get clear on your identity. Give yourself permission to put yourself first. This is your solution. In the Life on Tap Blueprint course, you will walk away with all the tools you need to enter into your next half of life while being true to yourself. 6 modules complete with worksheets to live your best life. And when you invest in yourself, you're going to get a bonus call with me to personalize your blueprint. I only have 5 spots available to this because my time is limited, and when they're gone, they're gone. So go to francinrivera.com/courses and I will see you on the inside. Before you say yes to another request, you're going to need to listen to this episode. Welcome back. If you don't always wonder if you're doing enough or have no trouble setting clear boundaries, save yourself some time and you can just stop listening to this. Like virtual high five, you've got it going on. But if you suffer from this even occasionally, keep on listening, sister, because I feel you. This is so common and I hear this from everybody and I'm guilty of this too. But I'm getting better at it, like setting clear boundaries. We all have so much on our plates between families, jobs, homes. It's a lot to take care of. And heck, that's not even putting ourselves on the list. And you know, I'm obsessed with that. Like how you just don't put yourself last because you're going to burn out. Like I've often, like one of my favorite lines is, do not set yourself on fire to keep others warm. So when you have so much on your plate and then you add to your plate, like most females have a hard time saying no when we're asked to do something. We just have a tendency to want to please. Most people are people pleasers. And again, if that's not you, that's great. But I've struggled with this in the past and I see it a lot. So I just felt like I needed to talk about it. For the most part, we just think we can fit it all in. We've got these high expectations. And then the time comes and we're ready to just like we're pulling our hair out in private, of course, because we don't let others see us crumble, right? Now, I'm not sure if I just described you or not, but that was so me. I was that girl who just took it all on, and I was always inclined to be naturally organized, like that's just my gift, but could still be a hot mess at times because I just took on so much and I didn't want to let anybody down. Now, I've since learned to set up healthy boundaries, but it's always a work in progress too. Like my fault go-to is to just, sure, I'll help you, sure, I'll do that. You know, every time you say yes to something, it legit means something else is going to get a no, whether you realize it or not. Every time you add something, something just has to give. I spoke about recently how I was involved in this big, out of state move, and it wasn't cross country, but it was still like maybe 600 miles away, right? Look, moving even down the block could be hard. It's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, but something's always got to give. And I spoke about how when I was involved in this move, the only thing that I really could take off my plate that would not impact my family was social media. So I wasn't committed to social media, to posting every day. I wasn't in my stories. Oh my gosh, stories dropped off. I was doing them consistently for a while, and then I was like, you know what? I just needed to take something off the plate. And when I look at all of my responsibilities, that's not serving my family. Yes, that's how I reach, more women and more clients, and that's how I help people. But I'm consistent with the podcast. That was my commitment to you. I'm here every Monday, every week. That wasn't going to give, but something had to give. And for me, that was social media stories specifically. So in learning to set up healthy boundaries, you have to figure out how much you can realistically take on without having other important areas suffer. So I'm getting better at saying no to the things that don't get me to my yes. So for instance, I used to be that person that if they asked for a volunteer at the school or in church, or anybody just needed help with something or a project they were working on, and these were all noble, good, and pure, righteous projects and, volunteering opportunities. But again, you can't keep adding and putting more on. They're great opportunities, but you have to learn that everything you say yes to, something else is going to get a no. And if you've got clear priorities on where you want to go, what your goals are, whether that be family or business or just whatever in your home, stop and think. Take a deep breath. And before you give that knee-jerk answer, just say, you know what, let me think about it. Let me check my calendar and get back to you. Because again, sometimes I needed to really think about it and not give that knee-jerk reaction. So I'm getting much better at this, but you have to get a clear vision of where you want to go. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm just saying do it anyway. Get your clear vision. We spoke about this in the vision series, back a few episodes, go download those. But once you have your clear vision, once you know what you want, remember that saying no to things will get you faster to what you want to say yes to. So repeat after me. Ready? Let me check my schedule and get back to you. Boom. You just gave yourself time to really think about it. And ask yourself, does it fit in with the season of my life right now? Is it in alignment with my priorities? Only you can answer that. Do you have young kids at home still? Are you caring for an older or an elderly parent? It's different. It's different for everybody. So only after you have thought it through and you give that person your answer, it's okay to also, here's another subject. It's okay to say no without giving excuses. No is a complete sentence. I used to be so guilty there too, because I would feel guilty. I would say no, but it's because, and I would ramble off this whole list of why I couldn't take on that volunteering project, or why I couldn't sign up for that meal train, or why I couldn't volunteer to serve at blah, 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 fill it in, right? So no is a complete sentence. You don't need to give excuses. Just say, thank you for thinking of me. I'm honored that you would ask me to help, but I'm going to have to decline at this time. And then right there, insert the angels singing. It's freeing. It's freeing. Gosh, I can't tell you how hard this was for me in the beginning, but it's really freeing once you've done it. So know this, my friend, you are not a selfish person for not saying yes to that PTA. You are not a bad Christian for not volunteering at your church's annual fundraiser. You are not a bad neighbor for not volunteering to be involved on the HOA or serve on that meal train. Busyness is often seen as a badge of honor. If you aren't busy, it's almost implied that you're lazy. So sit for this one. The busier you are does not make you more valuable. Ouch, right? I'm going to say that again. The busier you are does not make you more valuable. Take a deep breath. Let's get our priorities in order. We aren't made to always be running and stressed. You are important, valuable, and you are enough, and you are worth it, my friend. Thanks so much for listening. But before you go, if you found value in today's show, I would love it if you would take a screenshot of this episode, share it with others on social media. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and head on over to iTunes or wherever you listen to rate and leave a review. It is how we can empower, educate, and shift how others visualize their lives. Until next time, my friend, remember to live a life untapped. You are worth it.